Welcome back to Just Our Opinion podcast. This time we got video. Isn't that neato? Let's just get right into the questions. How about it? Our first question comes from super_Shmuel, and he asks,
what better food, shrimp or hamburger?
That's right, we got it. We got a guest today.
Hey,
surprise!
welcome.
And video.
And video. It's just we're just coming up with a lot of great.
Careful
things.
when you put the thing on the table.
Just-
I typically keep them on the ground.
That makes sense.
Like, okay, how about we crack open?
Should we crack here first?
Crack here?
That's a good
As
idea.
we answer the question at the same time. You ready for this?
Ready for this one?
Ooh, boy.
Oh, there we go. It didn't crack very much.
You ready?
There we go.
Wait. Shh.
Oh! Amen to that.
Perfect.
It's got a bit of citrus in it.
Right.
I'm not gonna put the cap back on.
Oh, that's right.
Jordan had to get that crack out because he may or may not have started cracking before the podcast started, but that's not
Dude,
neither
just
here nor
calling
there.
Jeez.
We can just kick you off the podcast right
you
now.
can't just call out a guy like that.
On his podcast.
Yeah, for real. That's like illegal almost. Oh no.
So
Okay.
I think there's one problem with having video. I feel like I sound really weird. Sorry.
It's okay.
I feel like there's one problem with having video.
Maybe it's just the place.
And that's that our set can be seen very well.
Right, yeah. This elaborate Detroit Tigers blanket, as we can see right
Hashtag
here.
not sponsored.
I just have a nice red blanket behind me, nice red
He's
backdrop.
got a good stage curtain.
Right?
Little Jordan and I
I got
see
the good deal.
We got all our gaming headphones on with lapel mics
gaming mode.
on just stands. Maybe.
Beautiful stance. You can't see my stand because his fat head's blocking.
Shut up.
Perfect.
His stand is literally a clamp, and ours is 3 clamps. So,
All right.
who's got it better?
This podcast
put it in the
is brought
comments
to you
below.
by clamps.
Please.
It would not be
Who
possible.
Who out of these 3
Clamp
people are the
USA.
luckiest?
Dude, we can't drink at the
I
same
know.
time.
I realize
Sam,
that.
if that
Oh,
happens,
that's why
you
I'm
have
here,
to.
right?
Yeah,
I have to.
Oh wait, shoot! We should introduce him.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sam
Introduction.
Schaefer, aka don't put your hand up like that.
Sorry.
AKA super_Shmuel, the infamous super_Shmuel.
Yes.
Yeah, welcome to the podcast.
You got
I'm
anything to
here.
say to the viewers?
Hello to all 2 of you.
Off the podcast. Don't mention that
Yeah.
we kidnapped you, and you're doing this against your will. Don't mention that.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds.
We had to get our basic. We had to get our basics covered.
I mean, I did accidentally bring that up when someone else kidnapped me, but I'll try to refrain from it here.
What did we just say?
What did we just?
Oh,
Don't even joke about anything.
Well, okay.
Let's get going with
Let's
our.
get into some questions.
stupid.
That just made it worse in here. It's already really hot.
Let me just.
Why did you create friction? I gotta know.
Let me just fan us a bit. Alrighty.
All right.
First question. Let's go for it.
Second question.
Second question. Sorry. We never answered the first one.
Oh,
Borgor.
right, yeah.
Borgor.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the answer is pretty obvious. What?
I like.
You think Trump is better than
Dude, you keep
Only
blocking
if it's popcorn. Only if it's popcorn.
Dude, okay, yeah. For real, shrimp is.
I'll scooch over.
so nice.
I'll just scooch over.
I don't like that. You can see. Interesting leg position.
All right. This might.
Oh, I did not like that action.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna.
I don't like that.
Oh, that was a pleasant noise.
I might cut this
sorry.
part out.
I'm sorry.
We might
So
just have
sorry.
to.
Alrighty.
All right. It's
Second
hard to pick a question. All right. Second question. This is from 77th underscore trombone. Is chocolate overrated?
I feel like I'm going to offend some people here.
It's just our opinion.
Just my opinion, though.
Okay.
I think, yeah, I think it's a little overrated.
I would specifically say dark chocolate. I like chocolate, but there are people out there that are, like my own mother and my brother, are very chocolate fanatics.
Okay.
Dark chocolate, lots of chocolate.
Very-
Me and my dad are just like, I like a bit of chocolate here and there.
A Hershey's
like-
bars is all you need.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, just, yeah. Just gotta, just give me a break of that.
Give me a break. Give me a break.
Give me a break of that
Break
Kit
me-
Kat
Oh. Football cream.
Is that a Toblerone bar? I'm just gonna go.
Oh, nasty.
That was so bad.
But
What are your thoughts?
I thought, I mean, I don't think it's that overrated personally. But again, yeah, I don't like to be super stingy about it either. Like, I do think, I mean, dark chocolate for me is like all right, but I don't get why people like the bitterness as much. Like, it's very hearty, and I mean, obviously that's
thank
how
you.
thick it is, but
Like, my mother will get like the 75 to 90% cocoa, and
It's like baker's chocolate, and it's just like,
right, you're like, oh, chocolate, and then you bite into it, and you're like,
this thing is like dry as like a piece of chalk, and it tastes like garbage.
this is dirt.
Mom, for real,
Like, they
for real.
straight up are just like,
Mom, for real, did you just take a rock, just take a brick, throw it in this bowl, and call it chocolate?
the dirt candy bar, brought to you by Dirt. All right,
Brought
thank
to
you
you
for that
by
question.
Dirt.
Solid question.
Let's move on. From SS Ralph.
Oh boy. No, that wasn't in a mean way.
This question doesn't apply to everyone,
It only applies to me.
but it doesn't specifically say what it's about. So, Waukesha or Jackson?
Jackson all the way, baby.
One of the
There's
words
your
is,
answer. That's
All the way, Jackson.
all you need.
Waukesha is kind
If
of a
you like-
spicier word, but
But it's not as good of a town.
Waukesha is in Wisconsin, right?
This is Wisconsin, yeah.
Swi-
It's Wisconsin.
is cheese?
Yeah.
I see.
I would love to, if I ever became president, that would be the first thing I would do is change
Wisconsin?
the name.
Nah.
I promise
Wisconsin.
you, if
They're
I
one
become-
letter off.
It's
That's
so
all they need to do
close.
is just add an S.
I promise you, if I get elected, I will add an S onto the beginning of Wisconsin, and we will make America great again.
That's
Or-
how I would do it.
Just make Wisconsin great,
I would
Make
get
Wisconsin Swiss again.
I would get unanimous votes.
dude.
I,
you name
I
it that,
promise
easy.
you, the entire country
Wrong.
would vote for me.
What's in the fine print of that mandate, though, is that everyone who lives in Wisconsin has to leave, and a bunch of Swedish people have to move in.
No, it's not Swedish-Wisconsin. It's
Swiss.
Wisconsin.
Okay, Swiss people then.
Oh, Swizz-Wisconsin. I get what you're
Swizz.
saying. It's not Swiss, man. It's Swizz.
No.
Am I dumb?
Yes, you
Wait,
are.
wait.
Did you
From, like,
think Swedish
Switzerland?
people were from Switzerland?
Oh, duh, that's the country I'm thinking of. No,
No, Swedish people are from Sweden.
I forget about Switzerland.
Welcome
got
to
the
Just
big
Our Opinion, where you learn so much.
Because
I should
we
not
don't
have
know
come
much.
here. I'm just here to do the opposite of flex my brain muscles.
Flex your arm muscles.
With my brain.
Yeah, but that's what I would do as a president. I'd be like,
I thought we weren't going to get political.
So it's kind
I mean,
Off the
smaller
podcast.
issues-
Off the podcast.
what?
Why did you get political?
All I said was if I became president, I would change it to Swissconsin. Our founding fathers were a bunch of idiots.
But seriously, like, with political stuff, like, if it's something small, like, oh, no, gun control, no, we can't talk about that. Abortion, that's small stuff. But big mandates. Wisconsin. These
It's
are hot
happening,
topics
baby.
that we need to
Renaming states. Also, second act of being president, I would saw off Florida and California.
cover. Right.
We do
Get
not
rid
need those states.
Dead.
I would turn Florida into an island where all the Florida men and women left.
Also,
That's a land of chaos.
also, since people would probably get
Flies.
upset because then we'd only have 48 states, I
Wait,
would
what?
then
48 or 49?
48.
If you saw off
50
two
states. If you
states.
saw Florida and California.
Oh, I thought you were just talking about Florida. I'm stupid.
No, Florida and California.
Dude, you don't even have to saw off California. All the earthquakes will just take it away eventually.
I mean, you only need a little bit of dynamite to get the fault line going, but just
Just break the plates underneath, and so it just flies away.
super easy.
All right, let's go on.
I was in the middle of saying my whole plan, but
I don't want to hear your whole plan, dude.
maybe the viewers do. Maybe they care about when I become president in 2 years.
Dude. What are you?
Not even possible.
You're 33 right now?
You know that. I'm not.
Yeah, I can
All right.
tell.
I'm just picking at random ones.
All right.
This is from Olivia_la_Chiva.
This is
Have you learned anything about yourself since quarantine?
I get lonelier than I thought I would.
I'm so alone. Can you duck Jordan so I can do this bit?
What?
I'm so alone that I cry sometimes.
Dude, you've shed tears. That's against the code.
I've discovered that I don't like being alone with myself.
Dude, right, yeah.
We're all the same way.
To quote Gabe Lewis from The Office, I don't like being alone with myself.
Oh, Gabe, you goof.
What a relatable character.
Dude, you
don't want to be relatable to Gabe, dude.
Gabe's the worst.
Gabe is just...
Can we just say Gabe's the worst?
Gabe is just like a little...
Ciao.
Gabe is just like a stick bug that has flesh on it and it was like created yesterday and doesn't know how to do anything.
Yeah, that learned ciao
Hey guys.
very early and they're like, ciao. And that's all they know.
He doesn't.
Can I just say this is the best podcast so far? It honestly is.
It's just bopping already.
We usually are scrambling for content, and
You guys are just
We're like
sweating not
rolling.
because of the blanket mattress fort we've had, but because of the. We gotta keep people entertained. Good content.
well, you brought up an excellent point when we went political. Political. We have another. We actually have a
another
question.
political question.
Captain Rivet asks your thoughts on gun control.
Okay, first things
Just a
first.
suggestion.
Guns exist.
Yeah.
They propel metal from the tip of them. If you're not familiar with a gun is, it's effectively a weapon made by man in which you.
So you're saying it's a man-made weapon? Just trying to clarify for the audience.
Not
Okay.
made by a hippo or giraffe, nothing like
man-made.
that. Typically, you
Man-made.
hold it like with your hands, either like this or some smaller ones. It's like this.
So
you hold
it's
it.
not a foot weapon.
Bang bang.
I mean,
No.
have you seen Bayonetta?
Them high heel pistols.
I think people who were playing Bayonetta weren't looking at.
We didn't want to-
I mean, some people.
All right, so we had to cut that. Welcome back.
Gun control. He was just explaining what a gun was. It goes pew pew,
Yes,
shoots
yes.
metal. You hold it here,
Some
there.
people-
I
They
have
get
one in my
confused.
closet.
Some people, I don't know how it took. You just literally watch Garfield. He does this amazing stunt. I don't know how he does it. He gets into car.
You good?
What?
Does he have a gun?
Dude, there's a lot of guns in this room that we're in right now.
How many guns? What the heck?
A bit.
Like
We have a shooting range in the wood. Okay, moving on. Real quick thoughts.
gun control. I guess I have a little bit of an opinion on this one. I think I don't care that people are allowed to own guns, but I don't care for it when people flaunt when they have a gun.
Yeah.
Like, I like people that have a conceal and carry and actually like conceal the gun,
Right.
because then I don't feel nervous around. Like, you're gonna feel nervous around anyone that has a gun, because 90% of the time when you see someone with a gun, you don't know that person at all, and
Right.
when you don't know a person and they have a gun that could kill you instantly, you're gonna be nervous.
Yeah, I see that, but also I feel I wouldn't say more comfortable, but I feel comfortable when I see people actually not concealing and carrying, because I know they can't see. So it's like you don't know who is
Right.
carrying a gun.
Right.
But you're like, oh, that guy's got a gun. That guy's got a gun. It's not like all of a sudden, boom, they're gonna whip out a gun that you don't know is there.
Right.
Unless that's just a decoy.
It's like it's like a two-sided sword. It's nice to not be able to see it, to just have that peace of mind, but also it's nice to see it and be cautious about,
Right.
just in case something happens. Like,
Right.
always be cautious around guns.
Be reckless, guys. Just
Guys,
use
It
guns.
makes sense to just be cautious around guns. I'm sorry, I keep blocking this camera.
in society, be good. But when you're in the woods, pasta.
How does that make you feel when this happens?
Look, your head's
okay.
been in like 40% of the shot this entire. Okay, that's really good. Just do that.
Want me to just back up?
Yeah,
Back up.
if you could just back up, that'd be better.
Yeah, am I too close? Is this?
Actually, you mainly block Sam when you do that, so I'm kind of fine.
I can scooch over here just a little bit.
Gosh. All right,
was
let's
great.
move on from gun control. Okay.
Whoopsies. Oopsie doopsie.
From Stars by Name,
Okay.
favorite dog breed, and if it's not beagles, why not? Let's start with you, Sam.
Start
favorite
with me?
dog breed.
Gubs.
What?
Gubs.
Gubs.
Yeah, that's my dog. I have a dog. His name is Gus, and he's chubby and
Good
tubby,
boy.
and he's
What a great
bull
dog.
mastiff.
Good as
He's a
That's why
great
he's called
dog.
Gubs. However, I wouldn't say that bull mastiff is my favorite. That we got it because of like my dad. But obviously, I love my dog. He's stupid, but he's
I
great.
can attest to that.
Yeah,
He's a stupid good boy.
He's a
Yeah,
good
He's
stupid boy.
stupid good.
dude. Like when it comes to like a normal sized dog or something, I've always really liked huskies. They look really good, but they also have a lot of energy. But I also kind of really want a pug. Because they're so dumb. There's also something called a retro pug, which is like a pug that's bred in a way that it doesn't really have any of the health problems. So it looks kind of
that's
like
good.
more of
That's
a
good.
miniature. They look actually like a lot more like a miniature version of like a standard like mastiff or something.
Oh, that's cool.
So I would probably get one of those. But pugs are so funny because like
I kind of hate how we bred pugs to be like super
Yeah.
unhealthy.
that's
It's
not
really
great.
annoying to me.
It's bad.
I mean, we
but-
didn't do it on purpose.
No, people did. Like way back in the olden times, pugs were like.
Way back in the olden times.
I don't remember when this was.
1500s England. I
Yeah.
don't know.
England sometime. English people are
Back in England times. Because they definitely don't exist
pugs.
right now.
Pugs were bred because dogs didn't start out having short noses. They're like
Right.
they were bred that way, like to have those short noses, and pugs were like royalty.
Is it
pets.
specifically on purpose, though? Because
Yes.
I know...
On
I
purpose,
mean-
people made the snouts shrink, and then that created breathing problems for all dogs that have the short
Yeah.
noses like that. If you put a collar on a dog with like the scrunched nose, it can suffocate them.
Yeah,
That's
why
not great.
harnesses are a thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why harnesses. If you take your dog for a walk, use a harness. Don't use a collar.
Yeah.
Just any dog.
Yeah.
Any
It
dog.
works just much better.
Dog,
So we have a GoFundMe page for
Save the
crimes
puppies.
against pugs.
Save the puggies.
but hugs, not hugs.
Link in the description.
Hugs and hugs.
We can.
the donations go to Hugs for Pugs.
That's a good one.
You didn't connect that at all? Like you kept saying hugs and pugs and you didn't. I got the big dumb. Okay. I think
three
I'll
things in this
go
life.
next. I think my favorite dog breed. I can't decide on my favorite dog breed because I love all sorts of dogs.
Oh yeah.
I can tell you my least favorite.
Oh.
Chihuahua.
Oh
Yeah.
They're like little
That's
rats.
very
They are
understandable.
devils.
They're rats and they hate anyone but their owners.
They're
And even
too
their owners they
confident.
kind of hate.
I'm pretty sure the serpent that was in the garden was just a chihuahua in a sleeping bag.
You'll walk.
Chihuahuas are the devil incarnate.
You'll walk. No.
Anyway,
I walk along the
I thought
Chihuahuas-
one of the dog breeds that I thought was kind of stupid until I actually met one in person was corgis. I was like, these are so stupid. Their legs are so short. Then I met one and I was like, you are an angel and you must
Shout
be
out to
protected.
Kiko the core.
Right? But one of my favorite things is corgis that have been bred with other dog
yes,
breeds.
it's just like-
they look like the other dog breeds,
Right.
but just
small.
Small.
It looks like a corgi dressed as the other breed.
the other breed.
And
It's so funny.
Have you ever seen a corgi German Shepherd?
It's so
I think I have,
cute.
yeah.
So funny.
Wait, that's
It's so cute.
okay. The one thing that we'll never understand. I technically get why people take the tails off of corgis, right? Because they're herding dogs, and you don't want a cow to step on a corgi's tail. But like, if you're having a corgi,
Also,
it's just
hold
a
on.
pet.
Can we
Wait,
just...
What?
I didn't know that they were herding dogs.
Wait, you didn't?
No, I didn't either.
Also,
Wait,
how
really?
are they herding dogs?
Yeah.
What cow is going to listen to this dog that comes up to the top of its hoof? It's just like...
That's the whole reason, because they purposely bred corgis to have these short legs, because what they would do is, because the corgis are so small and short, they would nip at the cow's heels, and then the cows would go to kick them and go way past over their head.
That's freaking smart.
Hey, I got some stuff about beagles. Like they're asking if it's not beagles, then what is it? But I got some info about beagles that are just
Just another
really
dog
cool.
podcast.
Welcome to Dog Pod.
We're gonna have movies and mutts. That should be the name of our podcast, because we're gonna talk
We're
about
changing
dogs
it?
and we're talking about. No. We have a subtitle for each podcast.
Oh my gosh! Wait, really?
Do you even listen to the podcast?
I'm kidding.
Movies and
No,
mutts.
Wait, hold on. Off podcast? Do you listen to the podcast?
I've listened to.
You better say all.
I've missed one episode, but that.
There's the door.
Get out.
All right.
Don't actually get out.
No. That's gonna create a lot of problems with the audio.
Just tear.
let me
up
talk
our
about my
entire
beagles.
setup.
So,
go on
if you don't know, I got 2 beagles at home, and beagles are an awesome breed of dog. Actually, they have lots of things. So they're made for tracking, right? Out in the woods, running around tracking animals.
We're just burping left and right.
This is bad.
We're just gonna say excuse us for all the burps to come. But beagles, so they're kind of short too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they got the short legs. They're actually designed that way so that when they're close to the ground, they're always close to the ground. That way, they don't have to put their nose down super far to then track from the ground, because smells travel along the ground.
Crazy.
That do be true.
It do be true.
That doobie doobie doo.
And then
They do.
a special thing about actually most dogs' noses. You know how they have the little slits on the side?
Yeah, I've always wondered about
Yes.
that.
No, that's where they exhale. So they breathe into the
Wait.
holes. Yeah.
Hold on. Go get my dog. Hold on. What?
Well, that's where
slits on the side?
Yes, that's where some
Wait, you
of the
didn't know?
air comes out the slits on the side of their nose, and that creates a circulating pocket of air right in front of their face, so that when they breathe in smell and breathe out the smell stays right there with them, and so they can keep remembering that smell and keep tracking the smell from there on.
Is that why they're like...
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminds me. That's random. But have you seen? There's this a TikTok or something of this lady goes. She has a little microphone. She goes, "Could you give us a few words to say?" And she goes,
I love dog, the videos of dogs where they put a microphone in their face. And
they just smell it.
Next ASMR, dogs.
yeah, I was gonna say the new ASMR.
This is 5 minutes of
Meow.
dogging.
Now I really want to check
minutes of
my
dog
dog
ASMR.
for
Bring in the hound.
Okay, let me keep talking. I got more about
More
beagles.
beagles?
More beagle
I
facts.
think we're at time. That's the whole podcast.
Okay, the ears of a beagle help them track. Not by sound, though.
Bro.
By smell.
Crazy.
Wait, what?
Wait, their ears smell?
Their ears don't smell. However, their big ears catch smells.
That sounds made up.
It does sound really made up.
Crap.
But dogs' noses are so sensitive that their ears will then catch the smell to then keep it also around their head, just in general.
What?
They're like the
That's
perfect
not right.
tracking dog. Also, their immune systems are amazing. Beagles are one of the least... Beagles are one of the breeds that is least affected by any disease. The only problem with beagles is they're obesity prone.
I actually just
Yo, we
recently
got some
found out.
real good sniffles.
I actually just recently
be
found out that.
Packing heat.
I actually just recently
Dogs
found out.
on gun control.
What? I'm a hidden carrier, and I'm carrying fat.
Give me the treats. Bark, bark.
Put your paws in the air.
Meow.
I actually just found out that my dogs. I mean, I kind of knew it because one of my dogs is obese. So after that happened, I found out crazy they are prone to obesity. What? Is that one of the dogs? Grab her, Minnie.
Minnie, here.
What? Whoa!
Surprise guest.
I thought the door was closed.
It was.
But
They pushed it open.
they pushed it open. Okay.
Well, good job.
Surprise guest, everyone.
Surprise
Hold on.
This is dog. Okay.
Come here, girl.
Okay, Minnie, come here. Oh, there's the cat. She also has a breathing problem.
Oh, what a big girl.
We have.
Look at her nose. Look at her nose.
Yeah, this is such a big episode
Okay.
of the podcast.
Yeah,
we
look at
got
her nose.
guest. We got guest animals, guest human.
Look at the side of her nose.
Wait. I don't know if you can see this on the video very well.
So pretty. Good girl. Okay, hold on.
It's just
This is constant.
your dog's
look at
tongue
that.
is broken.
Her tongue is a giraffe tongue. That's also why I think she has breathing problems. Mm-hmm. Because when she sleeps, she sticks her tongue out so she can breathe.
What a poor baby. Okay, look at her nose right now.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, it's like
comes
right
from
down here.
underneath.
It like goes down.
Yeah. Well, I
Just
knew
look
about
at
that. I
Jordan's
thought you were
dog.
like there was a straight up slip.
No.
It's not Voldemort.
Yeah, so I don't know.
The more you
I don't
know,
what to
baby.
do now. So
I just looked over at Jordan's dog and it's just
In utter terror.
this is my dog Minnie.
this is our other guest.
She is very not.
very not.
But yeah, I just found out that
This is the obese one.
Shih Tzus, which are what they are,
Right.
Shih Tzu poodle mix, are prone to
Can we
obesity.
say off the podcast? Can we say that?
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
It sounds a lot like you know.
That's why that's why you say it fast.
I used to
Shih Tzu poodle.
one of those.
Shiatsu.
Shiatsu.
Yeah.
All right.
So. Oh, they also. I'm not gonna.
But I never said my favorite dog breed.
Oh, you didn't?
Go for it.
Probably an Irish Wolfhound. I've never had
Okay.
one, but
Oh, right.
they look super cool and they are apparently super mild mannered. Like they're just chill dogs.
They're big.
They're big, chill
huge.
dogs.
Chill dogs. Okay. Next question. Now that we're done with our Animal Planet section,
Animal Planet.
Are we-
Sponsored by Animal
We're
Planet.
still keeping our animal guest.
she's just chilling.
Her legs are getting in the
let's see.
microphone.
Another question from 77th_trombone. If you were a farmer, what would you like to grow? I think the obvious answer
Tobacco.
is beets. No, what would you guys grow if you were a farmer?
You know how in Animal Crossing you can bury money in the ground? So, money.
Dude, same. Fun fact that I found out. Did you know that if you put a bigger bag of bells in the ground, you get, so you know how, like, sorry, just totally taking over with
Just
Animal Crossing talk. You
stuff.
can
Hang on. I need
just
to be enlightened by this.
sit down. So you know how you can only make money trees when you find a
Golden hole, right?
So you, instead of putting the bag that you find in the golden hole, which is usually like 100 or 1,000 or something like
Yeah,
that, something short,
really-
something small, you can take out like 10,000, 30,000 or whatever of how many you have
Right.
on you.
Oh, does it go
And you put it in
three of
there,
those?
and three of whatever you
Bro.
put in there. So I've got like 2 trees that give me like 30,000 every time I milk it.
You know, guys, you know, farmers going out milking the trees. But yeah, I mean, I don't know really what I would actually farm. Probably it'd be fun to like farm some tropical fruit or something.
It'd be fun to
Pineapple or
farm?
mango.
Nothing, because farming's.
Agriculture.
Oh, we got another guest.
What would you like to farm? Cows. Wait, no, pigs. Bacon. Take that, PETA. All right. Joey, what would you like to farm?
I would like to farm something that rhymes with
Off the podcast? You need to speak the frick up.
I would like.
Can you take her? Welcome back from technical difficulties.
Why can't things just work the way I wanted to the first time?
Who the heck are you talking to?
Todd. You know.
Yeah, Todd, the tech guy.
Yeah,
Obviously. Okay. Let's just jump back into it.
Back into the question. New camera placement, by the way. It's much better. His head isn't in the way now.
All right. Mm-hmm. It looks like we're getting into our main topic of film.
Movies.
What's the strangest movie you've seen?
All Tim Burton.
That's pretty accurate.
This is like all the Tim Burton movies.
Man, that's kind of...
Sam and I have a good one.
What? Oh, yeah.
I know what you guys
So recently we watched together Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. It's from, what,
1960 something. It's from the 60s.
I want to say 1962. Don't know if that's right, but...
It was in color, if that means anything.
Well, it would have been in 1962. Anyway,
when did color become?
It's got a sick bop. So guys, definitely look up "Hooray for Santa Claus."
Copy stricken.
Copy stricken.
Copy stricken. I don't think it's copy stricken. It might be copyright stricken.
A copyright strike.
You think we'll get copy stroked?
Past tense.
Oh! What just hit me?
A copy stroke.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Hey, hooray for
Anything
Santa
you guys else want to add to that topic?
It was
Definitely watch that movie, I would say, right? It's a good movie.
Yeah, honestly, like, if you're looking for a fun time, like...
Crap, what was the funny guy?
Oh, I'm completely
I want to say
forgetting.
BMO, but that's not right.
No, that's not it.
That's Adventure Time.
I'm completely forgetting. We didn't remember what his name was, so when we were watching the movie, we kept on giving him random, like, names. We were like, yes, Goobly Garb.
It was...
But, like...
It's good yet.
It's weird, because, like, it's technically, objectively, it's a bad movie, because the quality, the Martians are just people in green spandex with face paint and just weird little helmets
Dude,
with just
robot.
TV
No
stuff.
spoilers, but... Oh, even better!
The polar bear.
Polar bear.
Yes!
There was a polar bear.
Polar
Joey
bear.
feels really uncomfortable,
no crap.
but...
No cap. Polar bear, best character in the entire movie.
He kind of was.
I didn't watch the movie with them. I feel left out right now.
It's your fault for not watching it.
I wanted to, but my brothers wanted to play Monster Hunter, and I couldn't say no because I had already started playing with them when you guys asked me if I wanted to watch it.
Off the podcast?
Sucks to be you.
Okay. Let's move on to another question.
Minecraft, you could just watch the movie and play Minecraft at the same time.
Monster Hunter, not Minecraft.
What's those games other than Minecraft?
Guys, can we... For real, though.
All right, keep moving.
No, continue moving.
Georgie_05SM asks...
Ooh, that's all nice.
What do you think is the best movie of all time? We just said it. Santa Claus Conquers...
Great.
Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
Featuring...
Hercules.
We tried.
Okay, best movie of all time.
Dude, it's hard to say because, like, I definitely.
It's just our opinion, guys. Don't be afraid.
Right, it's just our opinion. We don't have to worry about anything.
I mean, I'm not worried about.
My opinion is I don't have favorites.
It's okay. What's difficult about it for me is like I definitely have movies that I can see are definitely not better as other movies, but they'll still be my favorite. So it's hard to say what's objectively.
Let me interject something real quick. I was trying to keep a straight face the whole time.
I also have something to add to that.
Dude, that's recyclable.
Perhaps I can add something.
You said you did recycle earlier today.
Hold on,
we got problems again.
Frick. Me.
Oh,
Did you run out of space?
we'll be right back.
Run out of space. Stupid.
Well, this is
All right, we
this
might
went
have,
from
might
the
have
best
just had their
episode
video
you guys
for a
have
hot
ever
segment.
had.
Perhaps I'll line up the video
To-
Oh god.
Good luck.
Best episode of this podcast.
I'll try my best to
To
line up the audio and video.
Worst.
Okay. So
All right, we got my video back.
All
Here,
right.
let me add something to that conversation you guys were just having. Perhaps this will tickle your
Is he
fancy.
cracking again? My neck, bro. Yeah.
Okay, stop.
This is the
All
best
right.
side tangent we've ever done.
Scared me.
Yeah.
Okay.
movie.
I honestly,
I can list like some that I feel like are in general just like
dude, I definitely
really
have a
high-quality
list that
films.
I'm like, I can't decide where they go. But I just have to find. Let's say one of your favorites.
Okay.
One you
just
you
favorites?
highly
Okay.
recommend.
Highly recommend.
Highly recommend for me, Princess Bride.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't seen
it's-
Princess Bride,
If you haven't seen Princess Bride,
what are you?
you either think it's like overrated and you're like, oh,
Or you think it's a serious
it's popular.
movie.
Boo! I don't care. Watch it.
or you think it's a
good.
girls' movie? It's not. Boys can watch it too.
There are men in it too.
Hey,
That's not what we meant by that.
hey, hey.
There's a giant.
Movies can be for anyone. It doesn't matter your gender. Any movie can be for anyone. Chick flicks are not just for girls.
What
That's
about-
true. I mean, have you seen the Tinkerbell movies? Those were popping. I'm not even kidding.
I know.
Those
right?
are
Slapped.
great.
I watched them with my sister when she was sick once, and it was.
They're actually fun. I'm not even doing a bit right now.
No, I'm not either.
I haven't seen Tinkerbell in the Last
Which
Crusade.
Dude, but Tinkerbell and the Temple of Doom.
Tinkerbell and the
Tinkerbell and the
Crystal
Crystal
Skull
Skulls.
did not feel good.
It
It was
fl-
bad.
flat out
It
failed.
flopped. It
0 out of
destroyed the
10.
series.
No junior.
What?
Tinkerbell Jr.
That's not what it meant. Okay, one of my favorite.
I
I'm
was
gonna
just
give.
splashed green tea all over my laptop.
Yeah, that's not
Okay,
a good idea.
one of my two. I'm gonna say two movies.
Nope, it was one.
the
It was
fir-
one movie.
One, oh
We said one movie.
but
Okay,
Just
just
one
one
you
movie.
highly recommend.
Just
Don't
one
be
movie.
like,
Here I
it's
go.
your favorite, but
Nightmare Before Christmas, Pirates of the Caribbean. I said two. You can't stop. me.
Wow.
get off
Oh,
my
shoot.
podcast. There's no
Y'all hear that
crap.
liquid though?
Dude, don't mess up my mics.
Mics are hot. You know what I'm saying?
The mics are hot.
I gotta just feel it.
Yikes!
It's a little warm. I think.
It's a little toasty.
Okay. Man,
What are yours?
that's so hard. Like, there's obviously several that I'm debating whether to be like, oh, here's one that maybe you haven't watched or something. I don't know. Like, if it's for the best and one of the best movies that I would just recommend you watch, Back to the Future. Is
Dude, I'm so glad you brought that up. I'm
That's
finally
so
going to
good.
bring it up. That's one of the topics I want to talk about. I just recently watched the Back to the Future movies again.
I haven't watched 3 yet.
Dude,
I watched 2.
I
Last
just
week.
watched 3 again because the last time we went through all of it, I slept through like the whole thing, and I slept through
Right.
the end of this one. I saw the end, but I missed like a little bit in between. Joey, have you not seen
Have you not
Back
seen
to the Future? You haven't seen any of them?
Dude, oh, he's gone.
Joey, you haven't seen any of them?
Joey,
I live a lie. I'm not an actual nerd.
he's gone.
You don't need to be a nerd to watch Back. If you think Marty McFly was a nerd,
Marty
You are
McFly
dead wrong.
is objectively one of the coolest teens to
you
ever
were about to say
exist.
cutest, weren't you? You were about to say it.
I just did that joke. You
get out of
can't use that one.
That's exactly why he
But-
can.
I'm sorry, my instinct
I
brought
can't
it Back
use
to the
that
Future.
one. Honestly, I can't get out of here.
Ooh,
You're stuck in here.
you just both.
Like we talked about kidnapping Sam, but like
I'm actually
in all
stuck here.
actuality, he's
Yeah, he's the one who
off
can't
podcast,
leave.
We said we were going to talk about that.
No cap.
right.
But, yeah.
Yeah, but like favorite. Okay, so since he's not there, you can
My
just sit
secret.
out for a little
Right.
bit.
I've sat out like
Thing
3
I
times
will-
already.
Maybe we should just do the podcast
Well-
now. I mean, you don't really fit in anymore.
Oh,
Sorry, we
that's
connect
just
a little
our
bit
opinions,
more.
where you only need one camera.
Exactly. This is kind of pointless. But yeah, no, just real quick thing I wanted to add watching through them again. You're crying. You're sure tears are coming out of your eyes.
What?
Tears are actually coming out of your
Yeah,
eyes.
because I did it on purpose.
Just like plucking like hairs until it works.
No, I can cry on command.
Okay. No, just something that I wanted to say because I didn't notice it. The great acting in those movies. People playing their older and younger selves. Mm-hmm. Their relatives. Like Marty McFly plays not only himself, he plays himself old, he plays his son, he plays his daughter.
That was
which
so
I just
unexpected.
found out this time. I was like,
Wait,
everybody's
yeah.
like, yeah.
I saw that and I was like, oh, wow, that's an
still
interesting
him. I'm
actor.
like,
Oh
wait,
my
what?
gosh.
And he plays his like great ancestor in the third one.
Okay, I did not know. That makes sense.
With an Irish accent.
I haven't seen
Also,
the
thing I want to say about that, really weird. So he like goes back in time in the third one to like Old West times, and he meets his ancestors, and it's like his great grandfather or whatever. And it's him playing the actor. He's got like a mustache.
Right.
And he's like Irish. And then that character's wife, so his great grandmother.
Is it also?
And this is on his father's side. Great grandmother is the actress that plays his mother.
Oh wow!
And so we're like, wait, what?
Wait, what? Wait.
That's on his father's side. That doesn't make any sense.
That's great. Okay. The one thing that I want to bring up that's interesting is that even though I haven't seen Back to the Future 3, which I'm pretty sure I'll see probably within the next month.
Let's watch it right now.
Oh, yeah, sure. The thing that's really interesting to me is, like, honestly, Back to the Future 1 is, honestly, it just is great as a standalone film. Technically, it does have a cliffhanger at the end that leads into the second movie, but honestly, it wraps up with a conclusion very nicely.
Oh, the first one?
Yeah, like, you can watch that and be a fan of, like
Just
really
that.
love that movie, but have not seen the other ones, which I would advise that you see the other ones as well.
Yeah.
But those two are way more linked together, which makes sense, because when they aired, the first one came out in 1985, and the second one came out in 1989, and the third one came out in the year 1990.
But did you know that the first one and the second one were filmed at the same time?
Really? Mm-hmm. Did
They were supposed to be one long movie, but then they cut it out.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really interesting, because when did they must have filmed the third one pretty soon too? Because
I think so, but I think they waited a while. I think they filmed the first one and the second one together, and then they waited to release the second one until they were able to film the third one.
Right.
So they could keep everything together. Also, like, there's no not a lot of continuity errors and just things.
Yeah.
They're great movies, guys. Also, like, I just love how they're not.
Joey.
They don't have their specific titles because it's just part 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Because they flow so well together, it is just like one long movie if you watch it all together.
Yeah.
Just
No matter who you
parts.
are, just watch the first one at least, because that
At least that one, and then you'll get hooked on the other ones.
You hear that, Joey?
Joey, watch the first one. Joey,
Yeah.
Joey,
I'm
you
gonna try
okay?
something.
Because we don't care.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Okay, Zach.
Yay, finally.
Guys.
I don't
Do you,
know if I want to talk about movies, because I don't watch movies.
okay, but here's something
Should we
I
talk
think
about
you've
anime
seen.
instead?
I know all about
the
anime.
last two questions are things I think you have seen. So
Okay.
you've seen them. Okay, Georgie _05SM asks, do you think Disney did a good job continuing the Star Wars story?
Not really, no.
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 I was just watching Rise of Skywalker with my father recently, and something I realized is that when you think about it, when you watch the three sequels, when you watch the three sequels, it's not original. It's not its own story.
No.
Like
Right.
the prequels may not be the best movies ever, but I still enjoy them. They're better than the sequels.
Yeah.
Because they are their own thing. I mean, they add on to the story, but they add on to the story. They give you background.
New plot lines, not
Exactly.
Not same story.
7, 8, and 9. You could literally put 4, 5, and 6 next to them and be like, These are very, very similar movies. Like the way
that's true.
the way 9 and 6 end are basically the same with the whole celebration thing and then defeating the Emperor again. Spoiler alert.
Also, the whole...
If you haven't seen any of these movies that we're talking about, what's wrong with you?
Yeah,
that's true.
Also, like, it doesn't matter because they're not good, so it's getting spoiled by bad movies.
Okay, I will say this about them. Like, I thought they were at least fun, definitely at least like, fun to watch, like, in the theaters. Except there are, in, like, every single one of them, there's bits that are just like, what? Like, why did...
Yeah.
What?
I will say, I
But they're
think you guys will agree with me on this one. The 8th one is the worst.
Yeah.
Last Jedi is
I think so.
It's
horrible.
it didn't.
I can
handle
hardly remember it, dude.
If I had
That's
to
a
pick,
pretty
the time
big
that went on.
testimony of how bad it is.
yeah, if I had to pick one of, if I had to pick one of the sequels, it would have to be Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
personally think
I
that one's
felt
the
like
best
that
one.
one was the best one, even though it was a copy.
Would you stop with that?
With this bottle,
Sorry,
we
I'm
have a
trying
solid
to close
10
the
minutes of
cap.
audio of just.
It's not working.
Here.
But-
Sorry, excuse me. I just got to take a little drink real
A
quick
little
here.
drink.
Okay. But yeah, those are. So no, I don't think they did a good job continuing.
Yeah.
Mandalorian, on the other hand,
Also,
great show.
come on.
Okay,
Get
mine
out.
was not nearly as annoying as that.
Also, dude, Rogue One too is like.
Yeah, because it was
What are you-
it added onto the story, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like any of the other ones.
Yeah, it was. I liked
I
Rogue One.
appreciated Rogue One. Like,
I also liked Solo.
I did.
Yeah, I did too. That was
saw only
also
half.
Why
because it
are
was-
all the off the main story Star
Better than
Wars
the
things
actual
better than
episodes?
like
because they didn't feel like they had to follow. For some reason. Also, I mean, it wasn't a trilogy that had 3 different directors.
yeah, that's another
that's
thing
true.
that really bugged me. Like they had a different director for every movie.
George, just please come back. We're sorry.
No, he was a terrible director.
Excuse me?
Yeah, apparently he was horrible.
You mean the man who made Star Wars?
Yeah, apparently he was horrible as like a director. Like he did very little directing in general.
Doesn't surprise me.
But he still is very hands off. Please put your hands back
I thought
on
you
the
said
reins.
he was going to be
Like-
very handsome.
He is.
Okay.
He's a very handsome
George
man.
Lucas.
One
He's
thing,
got some good-
one thing I have about the prequels, what he would do whenever a fight scene would happen. So typically, you want fight scenes choreographed and for a purpose, and you want the fight scene to tell a story inside it, like how a person feels. Like what was it? What did a really good job? Pirates of the Caribbean did a really great job at it. So when all of the people fight together, it shows the camaraderie between them. And you can see them working together really well, especially near the end of the movie, and how. Like,
Are you on your phone right now?
There you go. I'm just checking the time.
and so it happens for a purpose. Whereas like George, what he would do is like when he was like, okay, there's a fight scene that's going to happen here. So in the script, as he's writing, he stops and he just writes, "Fight goes here," and then
Right.
goes on to the next.
that's a shame.
Scene. And it's like.
But what's weird is
What am I
for
supposed
having
to
him do
gather
that, he has good purpose for certain things.
Yeah,
Like one of the things that bugs me, I will give it to him. There was this video that went around. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was the one about. It was one where they like reshot the fight between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader in the 5th one and the 4th one.
right.
Like it was good itself. Like it was like, oh, this was well done. Good job. But in terms of story, everybody's like, they should remake the movie and put this in it. And I was like, no. Because George Lucas has come out and explained why that fight scene is the way it is. Everybody's like, it's lame, it's slow, they're not really doing anything. He came out and explained, like, there's also a difference between the prequels and the originals with their fighting style. I don't want to go into the whole thing because it's a whole big thing of like why they use light and heavy saber versions, which is like lightsaber fighting is like one-handed like flips and stuff. Prequel fighting.
Yes.
Later, the heavy stuff is like they're all using like 2 hands most of the time and not doing a lot of acrobatic stuff, and there's reasons for that. But the reason like the battle was like not as crazy as the prequels or whatever is because I mean you got Obi-Wan who was an old man. Like yes, he was a lean, mean, green Not
Fighting
green. Fighting machine.
You're thinking Yoda there, baby.
Crap.
Yoda. Not baby Yoda. Yoda there, baby.
The child.
No, but yeah,
No.
Obi-Wan, like, he was a lean, mean, high ground fighting machine. But like, he was an old man at that point, so like,
Pew, 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 pew,
Okay.
with children. But yeah, so he was an old man at that point, and Anakin was also older, but also he was mainly a robot at that point. Most of him was a robot at that
True.
point. So the fight had to be, very. I was gonna do. That's weird.
Very.
Slow moving. I mean, they were more strategic about their stuff. There was parts that was quick, but they were
Right.
like, do,
Yeah.
and it was like
Right,
it was
that's
slow,
true.
and it had a purpose. And so when people come out and they're like, they should reshoot this and make it just better and quicker, and like that's not. That was meant for a story, and I
One-
feel,
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
One thing that they sometimes forget to do, I've noticed in like the prequels, they forget to leave beats in. They don't let
Why do they
any
need
downtime.
Were there beats in
between-
Star Wars?
Okay, well, let me explain what I mean by beats. So each
Like
action
vegetable?
scene, no, each action scene has story beats in it. And you want to hit each of those parts and leave a bit of time afterwards for the audience to breathe, and then hit another one of those parts. And these beats can be long spaced, short spaced, happen quickly or happen short. But it's basically anytime there's a big amount of action, and then it just kind of trails for a little bit. What they do in the prequels is there's a lot of filler action. So you want to keep the action moving in between beats, but you don't want to be filler action. So some stunt people will be like just kind of wildly swinging their arms as they're waiting in between beats. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, you're getting ready. You just punch someone and you just go.
I'm revving up, baby.
Just like the cartoon.
It's not Donkey Kong.
So what they do in Star Wars, at least the prequels, from what I remember, is they swing the the lightsaber, but not at any vital parts. But the person still blocks it. Like, they'll swing it way over here, and the other person will block it.
Don't you dare touch that ground.
And it's like, why are they doing that? Why don't they swing at the person if they're going to swing at all?
Like,
Yeah.
and it's
Some of those I understand, but like there are people that come from the same place, but also are like, why are you going for the legs or the arms? Go for the head or the chest.
No, I'm
The
not
vital
saying
areas.
that.
Be like, do you know how sword fighting works?
like, if
No.
you take out a leg, it makes it so much easier. You are the problem.
what do we want?
No, but like-
lightsabers. What do we want them?
It's when people do things for no reason.
Yeah.
It bugs me. Like, I don't remember which. There's a Batman movie. I think it's one of the older ones, and a lot of the a lot of the cronies just kind of fall over without Batman touching them. He'll be like,
They
French
did that.
Skinner.
That happened. That actually happened a lot in the, again, talking about crappy sequel, the Last Jedi. That fight.
Really?
in
oh,
Snoke's
the one,
thing.
yeah, with
Oh my
Snoke.
gosh, Snoke's guards.
Snoke's
bunch
guards,
of idiots.
It was horrible. It was a horrible fight scene.
It was so bad.
Like, the
Especially
guards
when
are just
you,
kinda back
watch
there
it
like-
frame by frame.
You
They're
were
like
messing up
literally-
that.
They're literally standing in the back and they're like, okay.
We've never had to actually engage in
it's-
combat before.
Cool. And then there's like two of them going, and they should have easily taken Rey, and Rey's just like,
No, I'm right. And
I think the
I'm not
biggest
sure if you guys
problem
heard,
is
but
they
I have
didn't.
the Force.
I think the biggest problem is they didn't use stunt doubles for Rey or Kylo at all, and neither of them have practice or anything in stunt work
Dude,
of any kind.
it should not have taken.
Keanu Reeves, however, he is a legend.
Dude, that's another good movie.
He takes time.
you're saying Keanu Reeves should have been Kylo Ren.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Okay, but can I also
Okay,
say? Can I also say Kylo Ren is easily my favorite character in the sequel
The new one?
trilogy.
I agree with that.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Easily. I don't care for like any
made
of the
fun
other
of him.
characters.
I made fun of him.
Dude, the first time you see his helmet off, you're like, ha!
They made him better. He was one of the characters they were able to fix. Like, in the beginning, he was like,
he was so good in the end.
And then by the time they got to the end, it was like, okay, he's a good character now. I can make fun of him.
Kyle over there. I just flashed on the podcast.
Talk about things we're gonna have to cut out.
So back to I
bad note
can't unsee that. Okay. Back to what I was saying. I mean, they.
What were you saying?
I'm not saying I made fun of him and said he was one of my favorite Disney princesses.
Oh yes. Dude.
Can we just say how awesome Adam Driver is?
Adam Driver is pretty great.
He's a really good actor.
He is.
Off the podcast, he's my celebrity crush.
What is happening?
Should we?
One more question.
One more.
Oh, that's gonna take too long. So we're gonna trim it down.
Oh.
Marvel movies ranking 1 to 23. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Underscore isn't available. Your question isn't available.
Oh,
way too long,
bro.
We don't have that kind of time.
I was gonna do. I was thinking that we would do top 5, but even that's gonna take too long.
Yeah,
even
actually,
top 3. I think
I can't think of top 5.
Favorite of Marvel movie.
Just favorite Marvel movie in general.
Oh, I can't do that, dude.
Well, we got a few minutes.
I'm just gonna give my top 6 because I have all of them in my head.
Okay.
All right, go
In
ahead.
no specific order. No specific order.
Okay, that's fair. So it's like your top, like
It's
they're
just
all at
these
one.
are my favorites.
Got it.
Guardian of the Galaxies 1 and 2, Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home, and Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp.
That's good. That's good stuff.
All the more funny ones.
But I have
all the funny ones.
Well, I mean, they're all, Marvel is funny, but
Some of them try and do more
that's true.
serious.
some of them do try and be more serious, especially
like
once
Infinity
you get
War
towards like,
Endgame, especially.
those ones definitely. But I'm glad that they still kept humor in there. Like they could have made those
I'm
DC
gonna put
dark.
Ragnarok
but-
is in there too.
Oh yeah. Your top 7.
7. Wait.
What are you saying?
I guess I kind of have a top 3. I know my favorite one is Ant-Man,
Guys,
and then I also know.
one. We need to chill. Go ahead. No, go. You said Ant-Man.
Okay, yeah.
Ant-Man was my top 1 for a while.
Yeah. Ant-Man is part, which I won't really get into a ton of it, but first of all, Paul Rudd's really good. That was the first Marvel movie I saw. I love the
That was
humor
the
in
first
that.
Marvel
Yeah.
movie. you
That's
saw?
so good. I love that. That's great.
And then also Ragnarok is definitely up there. And then, I mean, I don't really think of a ton of other ones. I know Homecoming was good as well, and I will say that I 100% prefer Endgame over Infinity War.
Yeah. No, definitely. I agree with that. Wait, real quick. I just want to know. So you said Ant-Man. What was the first Marvel movie you saw?
I think it was the first Iron Man.
Really?
Okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, am I the only one that watched the first Iron Man?
I watched the first
them
Iron Man,
as
but
they
then I
came
didn't
out.
watch anything until like. I know I didn't. I think I watched the first Thor, but I didn't watch Dark World ever,
Yeah, I haven't
and I
seen
don't
the
care
first
to
two
because
Thors.
I just hear
Dude,
bad things about it.
Ragnarok
Good to know
is so
I am
good.
the one and only true fan here. Okay, my
I mean,
yeah,
like that. Like, come on,
my list is very similar to your guys'. This is why we're so compatible. My number one,
Or is it just the best ones all
my
around?
number one
What else?
is Homecoming,
Really?
followed by Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel.
Spider-Man's cool.
character.
Flip.
My second, I think I'm gonna put my second favorite as Ant-Man, followed by Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then Far From Home. It was originally, it was kind of, not before I thought about it really, it was, I was like Homecoming, Far From Home, Ant-Man, like first followed by sequel, but now that I think about it,
Hey, I'm just going to give a quick little fact about Far From Home. I already told Sam. You remember the the quick illusion scene? Not quick. It wasn't quick. It was like 3 minutes, 4 minutes long. The illusion scene where Like Mysterio's just messing with Peter
When
like
Peter
crazy.
is just
And right before he gets hit by the train.
Dude, spoilers. Go ahead.
He gets hit by a train. What's this? It's not
There's
big
about a
surprise.
million Marvel movies.
But that entire scene, all CG.
Yeah.
Like
Even
Peter. Even Peter, and even when he comes back into reality, partially, it's completely CG.
Yep.
And it doesn't look CG. That is so difficult.
Off the podcast? Did you get this from another YouTube channel that we both watch?
Maybe.
Okay.
Shout out to
Corridor Crew.
VFX React.
Artist React.
Yeah. VFX Artist React.
Boys of the Week. You know what I'm saying?
Go check them out. They're actually really fun to watch.
Yeah.
I don't know who why.
Right, should we?
Now you got it. Maybe we should.
Should we end it? Yeah, because what time is it?
You need to be home in 15 minutes.
Off the
You live
podcast.
what?
You live like 20 minutes away.
Can we off the podcast real quick?
Okay.
Hey, we'll just be 1 second. Off the podcast? Can we not have him back on?
I didn't like it either.
Did he just leave?
I think he just left on his own. That's okay with me.
Is he alright?
No, I'm his.
You guys want me to get you like some McDonald's or anything? Yes, no?
Yeah, we can have
Yeah,
him
we can
back.
have him back.
Yes!